super fast deck tech here. Nothing has really changed too much overall. I don't remember if the last time I did a deck tech I was showing the Aura of Silence or not. But previously I was doing two Naturalizes main, and just due to the prevalence of Enchantress and Replenish and stuff in the meta, I want to be able to tax them a little bit and just not even let them get off the ground, let alone killing one of their enchantments. But yeah, double white can be a little hard in this deck with 9 islands, but I'm hoping the 3 Mox Diamonds as well as every single other 13 mana sources in the deck can get me there. So I have 16 white sources. So I'm hoping by turn 2, if I'm accelerated, or turn 3, I'll have double white. Definitely the mana has been a little iffy at times, but yeah. The sideboard, there's one change, so I've whittled it down to 15. So I'm being proper, being fair. Whittled it down to 15. Took out the Hercules Recall on the advice of a friend of mine here in my local paper scene, and replaced it with a Naturalize. Just instead of trying to like temporarily bounce artifacts, just really kill them. You won't get a nice sweeper effect against red green Ponza that I really like, or the various like mono white control decks that are artifact prisony stacks. I don't know. Glorious Anthem. Finally committing to Glorious Anthem for a little bit. Gonna test it more thoroughly. Basically, I want there's Call of the Herds everywhere, and there's Lightning Bolts everywhere, and there's 2/2s everywhere. And I play a lot of 2/2s and 3 toughness creatures, both with my elephants and my O3 wall. And I want to be, like, my elephants, I want them to beat opposing elephants in combat. Or I want my elephant and I want my wall to survive a bolt. Or I want my meddling mage to be able to tango profitably with an opposing meddling mage, or even take down an elephant. I just feel like the +1 across the board might be good enough for a lot of mid-range matchups. So yeah, those are the changes. Nothing crazy. Okay, I actually got matched into my brother, who, or not matched, but, pre-modern, linked up with him in the practice room. He plays, like, Negator mono black with Unmasks and stuff, and he has a cool blue-green Enchantress deck that, like, turns your opponent's lands into islands. He doesn't play any islands himself, so that he can main deck 4 chokes, 4 carved flowers, and like there's various enchantments that turn your opponent's lands into islands. But I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if the stasis. When we were kids, he would play stasis, and that was never fun. But I don't know. Okay, no action over there. That's good. Interesting. Yeah. Huh. Okay, I don't know what he's on, so I don't want to burn my Meddling Mage or my Quiet Spec yet. I could Gush here. I mean, is there a one, and then play Mox Diamond? Is there a 1-drop I want to... Actually, I don't need a 1-drop. I have 2 Quiet Specs, so this is a fine play. Ooh, I want to get that Winter Orb out. I already played a land, so here's the Mox Diamond. I asked, is he playing Stasis? And he just gave me the winky face, so unclear. Anyways, that was a great turn. I am going to assume he's on Stasis, so grab Ray of Revelation, Analysis, even though I have one in the yard, and Winter Orb. Or Roar of the Worm. I said Winter Orb because I don't know what to... Let's put the worm on the bottom. I feel like, in case he's running Furnace, just want my Ray of Revelation to be the most insulated. Uh-oh. Enlightened Tutor for Stasis? I know the Leylands are kind of nice, both... Oh, Exploration! This is like Horn of Greed shenanigans. So, like, Undiscovered Paradise, the Layer lands, bouncing lands back to hand, he can replay them, and Horn of Greed, he'll draw like crazy. Wasteland, and I'm assuming Rishadan Port also. That's true. One thing I didn't think about when I was doing that Gush line is I'm leaning hard into Black Vise, but it's It's temporary, so I'm not stressing. I could just get a 6/6 out. I feel like I should deplete my hand a little bit. Point of Greed, I think, is the main concern. And I could either Quiet Spec again or hit Exploration. Why don't we just, even though I'm taking one more damage by not playing a spell from hand, I'll hit the Exploration. He tutored for it. He's down a card. I Quiet Spec for this, so I'm up cards. And I've Deep Analysis and Gush. So I'm up cards. He's down. One Wasteland. Good thing I found my basics this game. Bad thing I found my swords. Getting a little nervous about the Black Vise, so I'm like hesitant to flashback Deep Analysis. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna Quiet Spec. Alleviate before I load cards into my hand that I won't be able to cast anyway. Alleviate some of the Black Vise pressure. I think he just said he just drew another horn, so maybe he's got a couple in his hand. So I named the right thing. I don't know what to expect. I normally don't like to put elephant in the yard. Actually, and I won't. I was gonna say I'll do it here, but no, I think I have enough threats. Elephant, the Call of the Herd is a really nice thing to draw and then play twice at a discount with Sunscape Familiar. So I will resist the urge to go get one because I think I have sufficient threats here. I have to watch out for the white Maze of Ith, Croson Verge? Not Croson Verge. From Nemesis, the rare that white, one and a white, you can say target creature neither deals nor receives combat damage. And now I'm down to 4 cards, so I can a little bit relax with respect to the Black Vise. Winter Orb's kind of nice against Rishadin Port. Iffy. Oh, he didn't even port me. Okay. Just playing out the island. Arguably should hold on to it in case I gush, and I can... He won't know that I have 2 islands in hand after I play an island. A instant speed 5-drop. Oh, okay. I got swords. He's gonna pile up on Meddling Mage. He's probably gonna concede after I do this. Knowing him. Yeah. So he'll double block. Yeah, there was a little bit of a risk I was letting him chump block, but, and then I wouldn't get my 6 damage in, but, all good. So this explains why he didn't port. And now I got the deadly, deadly Winter Orb. And now I can afford the Deep Analysis. Oh yeah, it only costs 1. I already played a land. Do I Deep Analysis again? Just to use my mana? No. Because that mana will be equally available next turn. It's not like I'm gaining mana by tapping down on my lands under Winter Orb right now. Okay. Okay, good one. Naturalizes are good. Annul could be good. I think that's kind of all I need. I don't need a ton of swords. It came in clutch there, but it's not a huge thing. Spray, if he's really relying on the 1/1 spray is good enough to leave in. I'll leave in Monolith. I don't think I need strands. I feel like this game is going to go long and so slow. In which case, I'll take out 1 diamond. It's still nice with the Gush. I used to have Hercule's Recall. I'll bet he's on diamond too. So I could see Recall being good, but I took the advice of one of my local friends here and actually took out Hercule's Recall and replaced it with a Naturalize. This mana base is brutal, especially knowing that there's Wasteland over there. This is good. Oh, if I ban City of Braston, I'm cutting myself off Meddling Mage anyway. The Meddling Mage was crazy good. I think it's Winter Orb for now. We both mulliganed. Funny how mulligan actually prevents, over the course of a few turns, might prevent a few damage from Black Vise. Horn of Greed, I don't remember if that's a 2 or a 3-drop. Harness is good. I don't want to play the cantripping Sabo's Web until I'm actually tapping down like a Wasteland or something. Oof, maybe I'm kind of wishing I'd actually played Mage on Horn of Greed right there. Horn of Greed is a little bit of synergy with Black Vice in that every time I play land, I draw a card. Yeah. Oh, and now I'm quiet specking right into the Furnace. Hey! Not a great play right there. I'll insulate a little bit. Get rid of my draw effects too. I might not be wanting to draw so much. Yeah, it wasn't a great play whatsoever. I should have either meddling maged or just naturalized that furnace right away. It had no targets. Ugh. Horn of Greed. So dumb. I should have naturalized that. Horn of Greed is a 3-drop, so it could be right here. Okay, he's gushing. I really like this new gush art. Just feels very old school. Oh, Gush and Summer Bloom. That's nice. Plus a port. Yikes. That was dumb. That last turn. I was so worried about Wasteland that I didn't play out City of Brass. But that was overly cautious. And I just played into the onboard concern. Currently safe from Black Vice. Now I really want to I want to both catch this Rishadan port tapped with the Sabo's Web, and I also want to not that's not a huge deal, but more importantly, I want to get a meddling mage down naming Horn of Greed ASAP. Even if he plays one out, I might still want to play meddling mage naming Horn of Greed. Although exploration is a reasonable option as well. He's digging for the greed. He's greedy for the greed. Dang, Horn of Greed is pricey. Other than one near mint at 12. Yeah, it's about, I mean, there's a bunch of crappy versions. 13, 14 bucks. HP, MP. Hard cast and gush. Okay, so we dodged the, wow, so I get to do exactly what I wanted. Meddling Mage and Salvo's Web. I'm gonna save this Mox Diamond. I don't think I've seen white mana, so I'm not too worried about swords. Not that I would name it anyway. I don't know what the removal is. It's probably just bounce effects. Chain of Vapor. Hey. Other than that completely wasted quiet spec, doing okay here. And next turn, if this meddling mage gets bounced for whatever reason, it probably wouldn't happen to my end step. Maybe combat. I'll be able to figure out what kind of removal they have. He has. I know exactly who this is. My brother. And then I could name that removal, and I can name Horn of Greed. Oh, well, that answers that. Yeah. Undiscovered Paradise gives access to everything. I'm still gonna say Horn of Greed. And now I wish I had access to those deep analyses. Let's do Worm, Ray, Worm, Ray, Worm. And I'm holding up Ray right now. Yeah. Paradise has returned to hand. You can reset. Oh, didn't even float. Just played out one land. Didn't want to reset the port? Seems weird. Now I can play the wall and a worm. Keeping my hand size very small. Oh yeah, I saw Treva's Ruins right from the get-go. From now on, I'm just gonna say Treva, even though my phonetics training makes me kind of want to say Treva. Yeah, Treva feels better. No more waffling on that. Treva it is. Swords on the worm. This mage is sticking around. For now. Yeah, that early play of quiet specking instead of naturalizing, haunting me. I will stop belaboring it. Gained a lot of life off of the swords on my worm. I'll play this out because at any moment I could gush. And, yeah. I don't have to be worried about Decree of Justice mobbing my mage yet. We're in Lag City. Another Black Vice. That's a horrible draw right now. Horrible top deck. Naturalize is a good top deck. Nice to have 3 of them in the deck now. 3 in the 75. Briefly, I was on 4, and then I realized Aura of Silence is really nice for the meta right now. Lash running around. And Red-Green Ponza and Dreadnought. Just, it hits all of the non-red top of the meta. So I turned one of the main deck Naturalizes into an Aura of Silence. So this isn't game. He's not conceding even though I have lethal on board. So there's probably a 3rd Swords coming my way. Yep, white mana, yep. Call the herd? Nah. Drawing a deep analysis right now would be so good. But they are exiled. Woe is me. Okay, exploration. I won't ever have priority here to hit both unless the first one was a fetch land and he cracked it, so it's all good. I don't think... If I see Horned-Greed, I'm going to fetch to draw 1. I don't think he even wants to play Horned-Greed right now. I don't know. Because I'm the one who needs cards. So for that reason, I might actually hold a land now. 4 of my last 5 draws were lands, I think. I have him at 3. So close. Okay, so I can swing for 2 next turn. There's a smiley face in the chat, as if that's some amazing haymaker of a play. With my Ray at the ready. Flood City. Concede. Dust Bowl and... Was the Dust Bowl already out? GG's. I asked if he wants to play with his mono black deck, so hopefully we can line that up. Okay, back again. Playing against my brother still. I am on the draw. Probably going to get eviscerated by Unmasks and Duress, because he said he's going to play mono black. So he's got this Urza Bauble Cabal Therapy thing going on. He likes to look at my hand with Unmask and then Cabal Therapy or whatever. Contagion gets exiled. Contagion main is interesting. Not a mono black gamer in general, although I am building mono black control because I discovered that there's Contamination, which is like the Black Blood Moon effect with a serious downside, but there's also Infernal Darkness. No one has ever... never seen someone play with Infernal Darkness. So this Scourge is going to try to go all the way, and he took my Mox Diamond because he knows I would Winter Orb the Cabal Pit right now. Play the Flooded Strand. It dodges Port for a turn, and also I can thin my deck before I flood. Sable's Web's going to be good here. One thing that I felt like my deck has been lacking is that beyond Swords to Plowshares, I don't have a ton of interaction for creatures anymore. I put Glorious Anthem in the side, which is kind of a wild one. No Threshold yet, but surprisingly close. Not going to get there. I don't know what the main deck removal is. But yeah, I'm lacking interaction, so I've been like messing around with Withdraw, Fire and Ice briefly. Right now I'm just doing Mana Leak, which is not really interaction for creatures, but kind of. I like having one counter spell that gets discounted off the wall. What the heck is the removal? I just saw a Contagion get exiled. I'm not too worried about another one and wouldn't even mind that. Negator? I kind of just want to not... Normally I'd go for removal first, but yikes. A Negator would kill me. I can't deal with another threat on the board. Maybe that wasn't great, because if Negator comes out, Skirge dies. I'm just getting diabolic. I'm getting smothered. Oh, I should have just said smother. Or played Winter Orb first, even. Ooh. Or of Silence to protect against Factory, but Winter Orb will do that. Okay. Okay. Sort of locking down one of these. Not amazing. He basically has Threshold already. One more. So that's another reason the Baubles are in their deck. They just help get Threshold. And I'm taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. I don't know why I said Roar of the Worm was a decent top deck. It's a bad top deck. I definitely have some tools against aggro, so we'll see how games 2 and 3 work out. If I get another red source, I can... Oh, I'm just dead. I would have needed that Gemstone Mine in play, and I could Volcanic Spray twice to stabilize. I guess I should be thinking about all my outs. Oh, Volcanic Spray doesn't even hit Flyer, so Skirge was getting me for real. The Threshold concern over there, I kind of want to bring in just one Phyrexian Furnace just to chip away, and I can cycle it basically if need be. So, first time really testing out Glorious Anthem just to pump my creatures. Nothing here helps. I have to be worried about Dystopia, so I'm actually going to leave in the Aura of Silence and the one Naturalize in the main and the Rare Revelation, but I'm not going to bring in more Naturalize. Not too worried about any sorceries in particular, it's just the aggressive creatures coming in hot. So I leave in my fast stuff. Winter Orb, it's not horrible. Sabo's Web is better. I'll bring in one Web, take out an Orb. Against aggro decks, I often want to take out Orb altogether because they can function on fewer lands than me anyways. But you can occasionally lock them down. I'll try one. Not sure about it. Card advantage that hurts my life total. I'll take that out. I will take out the Orb, in which case Gush isn't as good. I'm a little afraid of graveyard stuff. Graveyard hate, like Withered Wretch. That thing is brutal. Spray is still good. Oy. Gush is nice, like acceleration though. Just velocity is a better word for it. What's up with the face record? It's like barely capturing me. Okay, swords, counter magic. I don't think I'm gonna have the swords for very long. Okay, found a target. Love that. I don't need more lands. Sword of the Worm isn't coming down anytime soon. I need Wild Mongrel or Mage. Quiet's back. While I have the mana up, before it gets to rest, just use the mana. Okay. One more turn and I can use that. Negator? Yep. Oof. I think I draw now anyway, rather than trying to make subsequent drawing cheaper. Found the swords, but now it's vulnerable to duress, so. I was kind of hoping there'd be a situation where the only non-creature in my hand was Roar of the Worm, so if I get duressed, he has to take that, but. Eesh. Which one do I swords? The bigger one or the one that it's harder for me to interact with? Because my 6/6 can't block that thing in a turn or two. Although it could just get snuffed out. The wall is the first sure. Next turn, I'm potentially casting Roar of the Worm. Like, he would have to duress it and then Phyrexian Furnace it away. Strands buys me a little time. By leaving Skirge in play, he doesn't want to play out additional creatures. So I will take the pain and Monolith myself. Furnace of my own. Alright, I'm just going to swords in combat. Sunscape can block a factory, but if he holds back a factory, then I won't. Then he can like pump the one factory that's being blocked. So this is a risky situation right now. Prismatic Strange was a solid draw. Okay, he did not animate his factories. That's good news. I think I gotta deal with the big one. I'm literally about... Is this an Unmask coming? If it's an Unmask and a land, he can hit Roar the Worm and exile it with Furnace. Oy. Let's risk it. I'm more inclined to risk it since I'm not getting hit with the factories this turn. Okay, Carnophage we can deal with for days. That's what the wall is for. I can also fetch to insulate for a moment here. Insulate the Roar of the Worm, which is going to be in the graveyard. I can insulate it from Phyrexian Furnace. Yeah, this is why I had to hit the flyer, because I'm at such a low life total right now. I'd be at a couple more if I had hit the Negator, but still. So if he wants to exile the Roar of the Worm, he's going to have to crack the Furnace. Which he does. Tapped or untapped? Okay, he paid a life. I could see him swinging and then contagioning, especially with 5 mana out. Oy. Oh, I'm just dead? I'm just dead. Yikes. Just dead. Rematch? Alright, we're gonna do a rematch. Okay. Got a mulligan the 1-lander. Okay, there's a 2-lander. No green. And that we have swords. He might have Cabal Therapy, although I haven't seen it now for 2 games in a row. So we're back to a game 1 match. This is our 3rd match. Those horrendous new frame lands. Urza's Bauble. I forgot to see what he saw last time. He sees Sunscape Familiar. Chronophage. I like Familiar against that. Another wall. Okay. Helps cast Deep Analysis on the front half even. Okay. First wall smothered. It'll be interesting to see if he takes a damage after he sees this second wall here. Do I name... I don't have removal, so I think I gotta name Skirge, actually. Naming is harder to deal with. And I would have named Smother after I bungled it last game, but one down, one of the Smothers down, and I think there are more Skirges in the deck to start with than Smothers anyway. I think there's 4 Skirges and probably like 2 or 3 Smothers. Gator, okay. Okay, now we get the Wild Mongrel out. Do I swing? That's interesting. That's tempting. He would sack Phage and Swamp. Yeah, that's not good enough. That can block Carnophage. Ah, yeah. That's good. Took the damage. This feels like a contagion again. It's another smother. Ugh. And he's plenty of lands now that losing this meddling mage is not worth it. Tough matchup. It's possible that all my tweaking of the deck over time, I mean it's definite, has made it worse against aggro. Yeah. 0-1 meddling mage. Oh, I don't have the wall out anymore. I guess I'm not dead, but jeez. Still not dead, but it's like worse. Quiet Spec for worms and strands. But it's just not enough, especially with the orb. Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, even if I find a sword, I'm dead. Hey. Oath Replenish, I play Light of Day. Because that deck is not great against mono black. Okay. That Lash. Web. Hits Ports, hits Cabal Pit, hits Wasteland, which I assume are in there, and it hits Mishra's Factory. Okay. What did I take out? I took out a couple Gushes. Took out Orb. Let's see, operates on fewer mana, better than I do. Took out one Deep Analysis, painful mana, or painful card advantage. So, Aura of Silence. I'm watching out for Dystopia. That's my consideration for Aura of Silence, but I have Quiet Spec for Ray, and I have a Naturalize. So maybe I take out the 3-drop, which doesn't alleviate the aggressive board state. Although it is nice against Mishra's Factory, too. Just, I mean, another Naturalize might be better, but Volcanic Spray, not good enough. Instead of an Aura of Silence, I will bring in that Naturalize. It's cheaper. Okay, 2 swords. Watch this be the one time he Cabal therapies me, though. So, Cabal Pit, not gonna happen this time. Gemstone Mine revealed. All good. Meddling Mage revealed. Okay. Not terrible. I don't have Quiet Spec in hand. So I'm gonna burn a swords in case I draw Call the Herd or something else that I Quiet Spec, which I actually care about my graveyard for. And I think we've done enough damage on the yard that I'm not too worried about Threshold even later in the game. So I will use this island by cracking Phyrexian Furnace in his end step. No threat? That's crazy. He was relying on those baubles to find him some good stuff. Unmask. Yep. This is why I'm not cracking the furnace till later. Took the swords. What was pitched to the Unmask? Dark Ritual. Okay. I drew another island. Not good. Ugh. I'm naming Smother. Lucky to see no threat come out. Jeez Louise. All lands, okay? Name the wrong removal. You can never pin down black on what removal they have. Okay, I'm getting unlucky with all these lands. That was good. Oh, no. Accidentally skipped through the whole turn, and that's big. With Furnace eating my graveyard. If he wants to eat this Call of the Herd before I flash it back, he's gonna have to finally crack his Furnace. And he does it without even activating. Maybe that was a kindness with regard to me skipping my last turn, but he played a land, so. Third Dark Ritual for him? By playing out Call of the Herd instead of Wild Mongrel, I'm playing around Duress, but I'm playing straight into Unmask. If I had played Wild Mongrel first, and then he unmasked my Elephant, or my Call of the Herd, I'd still have the option to flash it back. Granted, he probably would have eaten it at that point. Okay, here we're getting hit with the Dystopia. Top deck removal, Quiet Spec. Had plenty of lands here. 2 swords already gone. Yikes, that's so bad. Alright, well hopefully we get a Roar of the Worm. Off the top. I think I fetched once. So we're looking at 8 lands, 6 spells. Good spells, but yeah. He lets the Dystopia go. It was a 2-for-1. Let's start here. Oh my god. Unmask me. 2 for 0. Too late though. Ooh. It almost passed through my turn again. Not dead. Not dead. Actually, yes, this is still dead because I'm going to fall to 4 and I can only block. After I block, because of the trample here, I'm going to get hit for lethal. Yeah. Jeez. Yikes. Okay. Learning experience, though.